As soon as the maintenance man opened the apartment door, he knew something was wrong. A terrible stench came from inside, making his stomach churn. But his blood ran cold when he noticed a small, silent pet crate standing in the room's corner. As a handyman in Wichita, Kansas, West must have his work cut out for him. The properties under his care certainly seemed to keep him busy. If his recent adventures are any indication, possibly the most memorable event happened in September of 2018. The initial call out probably didn't sound like anything monumental to Wes, just another day on the job. To be more specific, someone reported a leak in their building, so the handyman went out to fix it. What's more, he located the problem to a single apartment. Wes correctly assumed a water pipe above the domicile had burst, so he went to investigate. However, a problem arose when he reached the location. As soon as the maintenance man opened the apartment door, a terrible stench overwhelmed him. What's more, things only got worse when Wes was inside the property. Water flooded the residence, though that wasn't his main concern. What really captured the handyman's attention was the dark shape he saw standing in the room's shadows. On closer inspection, Wes discerned the shape to be a pet carrier. Although the building's residents were forbidden to own pets, that wasn't the most worrying thing. The sight distressed him because most of the stink was coming from that crate. Furthermore, you'd expect animals to make some noise, but Wes didn't hear a sound from the carrier. Needless to say, he rushed over to check on the poor creatures, and what he saw broke his heart. Wichita Animal Action League's, WAAL's, executive director Sarah Kaufman told his story. On September 18, 2018, Kaufman told the Dodo, "There was feces and urine just spilling out of the kennel. 2 little pit bull cross puppies sat inside among the filth, but that wasn't the worst of it. Whoever owned the babies had treated them terribly." What Wes saw disgusted him, as Kaufman described. She said, he noticed that the puppies couldn't open their mouths, so he shined a flashlight in the crate and realized they had something wrapped around their muzzles and that their noses were really swollen and red. At a loss with how to progress, Wes contacted a dog fosterer friend who worked with WAAL. She in turn rang the Wichita-based nonprofit who had some advice. "I was like, tell him to wait right there," Kaufman said. "I'm on my way and I'm bringing the cavalry." Kaufman herself led a rescue team to the property with the intention of saving the puppers. She and her accompanying animal control officers subsequently whisked the poor dogs to an animal clinic. There, rescuers got a proper look at what bound the pups' mouths shut. "We originally thought that it was wire wrapped around their noses because it was so tight," Kaufman recalled. However, it wasn't wire but small rubber bands sealing the pups' mouths. According to Kaufman, they were no bigger around than my thumb. WAAL's veterinarian surmised that the dogs' owners had bound their mouths for a period of 12 to 24 hours. Rescuers removed the bands as carefully as possible. The bands were so tight, though, that the pups couldn't help but yelp in pain. In fact, the doctor said that if Wes had reached the pups any later, their abuse would have had serious consequences. Loss of blood supply to extremities can cause permanent damage to the affected tissue. It might have even robbed the babies of their sense of smell. In addition to their tied snouts, the puppers had also suffered urine burns on their feet. Thankfully, the vet didn't foresee any lasting damage apart from some light scarring. After food and a bath, the pups were free to go, so WAAL sought out a foster for them. Kaufman didn't have to look far either. A loving foster family snapped the pups up. "They're such a great testament to how resilient dogs are," Kaufman told the Dodo, "because I certainly wouldn't be happy if that happened to me. But they're playing and cuddling with their foster and having a great time." As well as their new family, which came complete with a mommy foster dog, the puppies also got new names. They're now called Wilson and Violet, and they never have to go back to their previous owner. As for their abuser, they didn't escape punishment. WAAL explained as much via an update of the pup's progress on its Facebook page. "The owner is facing misdemeanor animal abuse," it wrote on September 20th, 2018. "We wish it could be charged as a felony, but the way the law is written just doesn't support it. Regardless, the most important thing is that both pups are happy and well. If you've applied to adopt, we've received it," WAAL continued. "They cannot go anywhere for quite a while until the courts determine they're no longer needed for evidence. What's more, in a loving environment, their personalities have started to shine. Wilson's the most energetic sibling, but cooler-headed Violet keeps her brother in line. Violet will tell Wilson exactly what she thinks and put him in his place if she thinks he needs it, Kaufman said. So it's really funny to see the little one beat up on the bigger one when he's being naughty.